Pittsburgh. I love this for Pittsburgh. Well-coached teams do well. All phases of the game. Oosh. Unsexy, sort of somewhat controversial decision by Mike Tomlin, who nobody should ever question in any moment. The most badass, most respected, like great guy energy. Out of the 85 interviews we did at training camp, going coast to coast, I gotta say, like pulling him for 5-10 minutes, I think it was 10 minutes, unbelievable for me. Like for me, it was the most sort of rewarding, the most intense but lovely exchange that I had. He's just great. He's a great coach, and this great coach says, Russell Wilson, you're going to get the start here, and it pays off. Big win, prime time. They're now 5-2, looking so great. Let's listen to Russell Wilson. We love when he's great, and he looked good yesterday, and he talked about his win, his first one in close to a year. Take a listen.
We all just gave our all. Defense was lights out against a really good quarterback, obviously, and I think we made a lot of plays. I think that crowd was unbelievable. I just think about the moments, just being locked in the moment of time of saying, this is my first game here, man. How special is this, man? I thank God for it, and so that was a blessing in itself.
He gave a lot of love to Justin Fields as well. There's obviously that conversation to be had, but just looking at last night, slow start. Russell did not look good. It was not clicking, to be expected. You see the Jets, they jump in front by 2 scores. Is this even going to be a game? And I don't know, the Steelers, they crushed at Pickens with these catches. Unbelievable. Most passing yards in a win so far this year. And this isn't taking away anything from Fields, but I think you saw a difference, though, in the offense as far as Russell, like, letting these guys do this kind of stuff. It was so fun. He was giving these receivers chances to make plays downfield on 50-50 balls. These players love it. They seemed juiced by it. The juice was on the side of the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers admitted so. We'll get to that. I think sometimes Justin sort of, as he's developing, waits for things to be just right, just perfect. Guys have to be very clearly open. I feel safe throwing this ball. Whereas Russ is effit.com. Like he is like, George is down there somewhere. He'll make it happen. And he did a lot. And when you have receivers like Pickens that can go up and make those kinds of contested catches under the bright lights, not feeling the pressure, then that just gives them a chance. When you give someone a chance, they feel good and confident. And that leads to success. Look good, feel good, play good. And that's what we saw last night. And we'll see what it looks like going forward. Big conversation. I'm curious Dwight Freeney's thoughts on this. He knows Russell Wilson well. Steelers, they have the other 2-5. I cannot believe the Jets have the same freaking record as the Giants. But they have the Giants next Monday night before heading into their bye, and then things get a little tough. They got the Commanders out of that. Then they have to face the Ravens twice. They get the Chiefs, who aren't losing anytime soon. They get Cincy twice. They get Philly. Steelers right now in the driver's seat, though. First place, credit to them. They play on Christmas. They've got all the vibes are sort of there. The great coaching, all phases. Highsmith, just an actual monster. The Ravens can take it right back tonight. First place. Will it be long-lasting if they get a win in Tampa over the Bucs? Baltimore, by the way, still favored to win the division at -250. Pittsburgh well behind them at +350. Okay, let's settle in, guys. And I'd love your thoughts on the Jets. What do you got? What do you got? Up and Adam show. Thanks for watching on MSG Network. Your Yankees are going to the World Series. I caught that news last night. Mets get dumped. The Jets don't look great. The Giants bench Daniel. It's a whole thing. Saquon just pulverizes you as to be expected. I don't know. The Jets came out and it felt good. Okay, the Davante situation right out the gate, not great, but they did jump to a lead. We were doing the things we're supposed to do. We're saying, let's feed Breece Hall. They jump up 15-6 early, and then it fell apart, I think, after Aaron threw the interception. I want to say uncharacteristic, but 2024, things have changed. Here it is. Oof, and it's a rookie, and it's momentum, and they could not recover. Tough luck plays, okay? This was off of Garrett Wilson's chest. Hate to see it, but then where's the let's go? Where's the okay? Let's keep going. Let's dig ourselves. It just was over. It felt over after this play. Russell Wilson wasn't like Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson last night. He was good, but he was a lot better because they had the juice, things were bouncing their way, and that's a lot of mentality. There's a lot of that. The defense got run over. Second straight week. Jets couldn't run the ball offensively. Aaron, by his own admission, of course, he's consistent AF, okay? Aaron will stand up there and he'll say, I need to be better. I thought it was interesting he said that game felt flat after the game. That was his quote. He used the word flat. And they're starting to run short on time, honestly, to get it going. If it's the flatness worries me, Hamilton. I read that quote and went, because if not on a bright lights game, where you're 2-4, where it's your season on the line, it is your legacy potentially unfolding before you in terms of Aaron, and then the team, you get a coach, coach leaves, a big bright piece comes in named Davante. Wouldn't you be more juiced than ever? Like if where's the flat is a crazy word. That's a crazy word.
It really is. And you're right, for all those reasons. Going into a place like Pittsburgh, too, where there's so much energy in the building, like you feed off of that crowd even on the road. And just to hear that from your starting quarterback, that he felt like everybody was flat, I think it speaks to maybe a void in leadership. As you said, who is that guy that's going to bring the juice, that's going to get things going? Because it just doesn't look like it's there right now. You watch the demeanor from the players too. You don't see that right now.
Well, the coach too. I want I want a little. Yeah, I don't know. I have to really think. I didn't see that flat quote until like 20 seconds ago. And the second I read it, I didn't even think so much about the Jets side. I just said, oh my gosh, maybe Rogue and X-Men.
Yeah, of course.
Rogue could put her hands on somebody and take their power, like she would take their juice. And clearly, Danny Smith walked up to the entire Jets bench and said, I'm going to put my hands on you and absorb your powers in terms of juice, momentum, energy, anything, flash, spark, all these things we're talking about. No one's having a better morning than him. I love Danny Smith. This is my favorite part of the week. The juice was all on the side of the Steelers, and all of the breaks went their way. All of the bounces went the right way, and they got themselves a win. He zapped. He went rogue and rogued them out of their juice. Clearly, that's what happened.
And you love seeing after they get the blocked extra point taken away early. He was irate about it, and you just love seeing the players rally to him and have his back there. I think they love seeing him get pissed, be out there on the field, having their backs, and they pay it back in turn.
He's got a box of Bazooka Joe in his mouth, all these. He's just living his best life, and they're well coached. And they're well coached, and they're going to be like that. Now the Jets do have a chance to get back into the win column. They got the Patriots. This is where you keep me in, because we could say, okay, well this isn't. We're not losing faith, Hammy, because the truth is, and you can take me through this. The reason that we're sort of still on the hook, a big reason, outside of the fact that they have Aaron Rodgers and they have Davante Adams and some great pieces, and we might see Hassan Reddick. But tell me about the schedule.
Yeah, and this is something we talked about back in May when the schedule came out. They loaded up the Jets with all these tough games early, all these primetime games early. And it's not to make an excuse. It's just when you have a team with a quarterback coming off an injury with a lot of new pieces, trying to figure things out, not the best thing to have all those tough games out the gates. They do have the fifth easiest schedule in the league the rest of the way. Okay. So if there is a chance that they're going to find it and get some momentum and build something, it's going to be because of this schedule, and they get a few easier matchups like this Patriots game next week coming up.
Where do they find an offensive line? That's where you lose.
That's a good question.
Do you have faith they can make adjustments?
I have faith that they can be better there. There is a lot of talent there up front. Elijah Vera-Tucker has shown he can be one of the best guards in the league. Tyron Smith's an all-pro, even though he's a little older now. He has been an all-pro tackle in this league. They have a first-round pick they brought in there, too. They can integrate in more. So there is some talent there. You'd hope it would have gotten together a little bit quicker. Yeah. We saw the Ravens have struggles with the offensive line early on, too, and obviously they got it going. So there is a chance they can get it going. But, still a ton of questions with this team. It's hard.
I want to know what their identity is. Are we running the offense through Breece Hall? Should they?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron kind of called for it last night. He wants them to run the ball more effectively to set up the play action. I think that's when the offense looked like it was at its best last night, when it kind of was running through Brees. And it honestly gives me hope hearing Aaron say that, because he doesn't want to just take it all on his shoulders. He knows, hey, when they're going to be successful, it's going to be because the run game's working and because the defense is on point. And then he has to make plays where they present themselves.
Is he 100% healthy? What is actually going on? What's the deal? Dwight Freeney's joining us. He's a lot of success. He loves boasting his success against Aaron Rodgers, but the internet is on fire. Like they're at pitchforks for Aaron Rodgers. Like you should retire, look at yourself in the mirror. I'm very curious to hear what Dwight has to say about that. I actually think that will help Aaron and motivate him. So keep it coming for old AR. Okay.